Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're just gonna add this one into the video. I'm not sure if I said that in the beginning. I don't know if I was gonna make two videos or one, but I cut the other video short so we can add this one in because a lot of you guys' attention span is not that long. So here we go.
Back with another video, man. As you can see, we are doing something very special today. Something y'all have been requesting for a very long time, G-Squad, and that is the 2018 Camaro ZL1 with the same engine as the Corvette Z06. I almost forgot what I was about to say, man, but Z06, 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque, man. Let's get this review started. So first, let's just talk about the basics, man. How it looks. Oh my God, this thing has got big-time curb appeal, man. Look at the wheels. I wish the brake calipers would have had a different color, drip up in there. But, I guess gray do. But it just looks like, it's part with the rim. I need them brake calipers to really stand out. But maybe the person who bought this really wanted to stay subtle and conservative, and so he wanted the gray joints with the gray wheels. The wheels are actually nice, though. I don't have a problem with the wheels. And if you want to rent this car, which I did, from the Turo link from my guy Eric, that link will be in the description below. His Turo link will be there if you want to rent this beautiful monster from him, man. He has a bunch of cars up there, so if you want to rent it from him, go ahead. Check him out, man. Give me a good discount on this thing, too, man. But you got the carbon fiber hood with the ZL1 right there. Look at the weave on that thing. That thing looks crazy, man. And look, you just put your whole hand in there. Like, this whole car is just beautiful, man. I mean, look at the headlights, man. Like, and then you got the fog light right there, that one little strip. So, when that thing is coming up behind you, man, all that thing is screaming is, get the F out of my way. You see that? I didn't even cuss, man. That's for the children out there. Shout out to y'all. The headlights do it for me every single time. I'm a headlight kind of guy, man. That carbon fiber right there with the deep scoop up in there. How legendary is that, man? But one thing about the Camaro, man, it's never really been, tailor-made for tall people like myself. So if you don't know how tall I am, man, I am 6'10", to give you a full understanding. And obviously, I care about backseat room too. That's a big thing. And those two things we're going to touch on those in this video, man. But before we do that, let's go ahead and pop that young hood and show you what's up under there. Now, what would have been cool is if this thing, when the hood lifted up, it was like the Corvette ZR1. So when you lift up the hood, if you haven't watched that video, what I did with the Corvette ZR1 with my guy Derek, man, make sure you go check that out. I'll put the link in the description below. And make sure y'all go to Vista Vapors, man, and show them some love. But see, on the Corvette ZR1, when I do this right here and I pop the hood, that carbon fiber bit right there, it stays there, and then all the metal around it lifts up, and then the carbon fiber will be right there sitting on top of that supercharger thing. And if you don't know what that is, man, that's that infamous LT4 supercharger, man, that's in them Corvette things, them Z06s, man. And you got the same thing right here in this Camaro ZL1. So if you don't know what that produces, 650 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. Same thing as the Z06. That carbon fiber will do it every single time. I can't even stop staring at it when I'm driving the car. I'll be looking out, just looking up under the hood. It looks like it's kind of just popped up when you're in the car driving. Like, I'll show you in a minute. So this is literally what you see when you're driving. It just looks cool. Like, you can see it's separated from the metal and what's actually the carbon fiber. So I think that's a cool little touch. Now, getting into the Camaro ZL1, man, like I told you, it's a real tight cabin up in here. But look at the lights, the ambient type. Ooh, was that not type synchronized? Let's go ahead and start that thing up real quick. That thing sounds good, man. You got 200 on the dash, too. You can never complain about that. Look at that heads-up display, man. That heads-up display, man. I wish that heads-up display was in every last car. I mean, look how crispy it is. Like, you never have to look down. Look at that. Got that plies playing, huh? But look at that, man. How legendary is that? Why is that not in every last car made on planet Earth? I don't know why. I cannot understand it, man. But then working our way over here to the steering wheel, look at the ZL1 right here, man. Look how crispy that looks with the Alcantara all around the steering wheel. And I've had this car for a few days now, and I'm going to be here for about a week. And I'm telling y'all so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. The steering wheel design, I mean, I think outside Alcantara, inside it, I mean, is, a bit ugly. Like, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't really like that. I don't like this over here. But the steering wheel, the flat bottom with the ZL1 right there with the Alcantara wrapped around it, that's a good touch. But this right here, they can miss me with all that. But I do like the gauges, I mean the digital gauge anyway, and even though I don't like analog gauges like these ones don't necessarily look bad. They look real sporty. You got 200 on the dash like I mentioned previously before, and then you got all the digital in the middle, which is pretty cool, man. And then you get over here, you got the screen. Now, this glare thing, right? So they got this slightly slanted, right? If you look at it, let me show you from this thing right here. See how the screen isn't just vertically upright? The reason why is because they don't want the glare from like the sun, which you can see like the water bottle and all of my hands and stuff like that. But you know, it does actually help prevent the sun from like glaring off the screen while you're driving, so you can literally see what's on there a little bit more crispy. It's a slight thing, but it's a pretty cool little touch. Working our way down here, these vents, I touched on these before, right? Look like big propellers, right? I'm not really a big fan of those. And you turn these to like, you know, turn it down. And then
no, I'm not a fan of those either, man.
Like as you can see right here. And you go
they don't look like they just don't flow right.
Both sides, which is
I think
cool
the Camaro's interior is not that classy anyways. It's kind of plain plastic, kind of cheap looking.
You got the Alcantara right here with the red
you know,
stitching.
does what it does.
Like that feels real good on the mittens. And you got the ZL1 right on the top of the move right there. So you get that little extra drip, that little extra sauce, and you got Alcantara wrapped around, you know, the actual gear shifter itself. So that's pretty cool, man. I like that a lot. Another real cool thing that they definitely did not have to do, that they did do, was this right here. Look at the Alcantara right here, you know, where your knees would be at. So for a person like me,
definitely, that was a good touch right there, that they put that in there, because, you know, I always got my leg rested on the side of the thing too. And in some cars, like you're saying, it's hard, and if you're going on a long drive, your knee's gonna start hurting. You know, for a lot of tall guys, especially if we're wearing shorts during the summertime, your legs sitting on there and on the plastic or something. If there's plastic over there, then your legs start sweating and shit. And I mean, it gets uncomfortable for a while. So they did a good touch by putting that Alcantara right there.
Until you actually have it, and then you'll notice when you don't have it. And it kind of got like a cool like layout design. Even though this is hard plastic, it goes literally from the propellers up here, and then they made the design look kind of cool. You know what I mean? You got the armrest. You ain't got much storage space in here. You know, got the charger in there, and it does have like the lighting in here, which is pretty cool. And this thing absolutely comes to life at nighttime. Like, I had to shut that real quick. It absolutely comes to life. You got the lighting right here. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but you can change those lights from a bunch of different colors. And then right here on the top of the screen, that's one big light bar right there as well. So between that, and over here on this door, man, this thing lights up like a Christmas tree at nighttime, man. And then you got that heads-up display. Don't get me started again on that. But getting over here talking about these seats, man. Big bolstered up Recaro seats. Now, anybody who's ever been and sat in some Recaro seats, y'all know that these is top level, you know, sport racing seats, and they gonna hold you in that seat real good around some corners. And this Camaro, since I've had it, has been really good going around them corners, man. You got a wireless charger right there and all that good stuff. You know what? I'm gonna show y'all what the back seat is like for a person like me, so I can show y'all just how unusable that back seat is. I'm sorry to the people who probably was thinking about getting this thing as a daily and having kids and all that. You probably could with some toddlers back there or something like that, but it ain't gonna work out for much. I mean, with the seat all the way back, I mean, look at that right there. I mean, it's pretty much Alcantara on leather, right? Pretty much, you know, mixed baby like myself. Before we hop into
There goes tall guys. Legendary Cane Corso. You only can smile this much because you drive it in a Corvette. I mean, I don't think there's nothing else in the world, or no other vehicle in the world that can make a person smile that hard. I mean, this whole video that these guys made, tall guy and this new guy that he met, the Vapor Van, was smiling the whole time. I understand tall guy just got in the car, he's reviewing the car, it's different for him, you know, he's gonna be a little excited. But homeboy that owns the car, owned it for a minute now, and he's still smiling. I mean, he must smile every time he gets in that car, and I don't blame him. Shit, that car is top of the fucking chain, baby. Come on.
Over to the slow lane. That's why they got it there for. It's like an unwritten rule. Like, just get over, please. You know what I mean? What do you think you want to tell him, man?
No, man. I mean, you guys, I don't know, man. I have no idea. I mean, this has just been an incredible experience.
So would you say, because he watches car people on YouTube and all that stuff, he never watched my channel, but now he's going to watch?
Now I'm watching it, starting tonight.
So tell me this. Is this the same as any other car video that you ever watched on YouTube, or is it like nobody's like this?
No, I think this. First of all, I think you're authentic.
Thanks.
So, I mean, if I were to say like other people I watch, it's always a show.
Right.
So I feel like since the second I met you, you're the same dude off the camera as you are.
I appreciate that, man.
And I appreciate you.
I pride myself on that.
I think we're a lot alike in a lot of ways, except
For sure.
you're a little bit more extroverted, man. I think
You extroverted too. I do what it is though, and I tell some people all the time is you're not used to being in front of the camera.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? So for me,
look, I'm shaking. No,
for me, I know what it's like when that camera's on. Like, but it took me a long time to get used to it. But if you go watch my beginning videos, the ones I first, I got a text for everybody. I want you to go back and watch my old videos and watch how different I was. I was just like, yeah, man, I'm here in front of the car. It wasn't like I wasn't able to like really be myself fully on camera.
Right.
But over time, I was able to just do it without, feeling like.
No, and I think that's what I want to tell everyone. So whatever you're watching right now is what you see when he's off.
Thanks, man.
And
I appreciate that.
dude, thanks for stopping me,
Yeah,
man.
man, bro.
Next year,
Yep.
okay? Spring's coming.
Yep.
I'm getting new tires. You do whatever you need to do, okay? And it's on.
I still don't think it would stand a chance though.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't think I would win, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, you don't think it would?
No.
No, I actually think you're gonna.
I think you're gonna win.
Dude, no question.
These two cracking me up. I'll tell you, you're gonna win. No, you're gonna win. I believe you're gonna win. No, I think you're
Well,
gonna
they
win.
didn't just see what happened when we were sideways.
They definitely see that. But you're gonna win, bro.
Because if they don't believe it, then just go back and watch. We were sideways.
We're definitely sideways. You might be in the other point.
Yeah.
We're gonna race soon though.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that because that's gonna come. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, people love to see that. But Tall Guy Car Reviews,
Yeah.
my guy, say bye one more time. Shout out your
This
website
says,
too again one more time.
VistaVapors.com.
Pop it up one more time, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you go to his website, man. Support what he's doing, man, because it's a legendary dude.
Yeah, if you
doing
smoke,
legendary
man.
Things.
If you smoke, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
If you don't smoke, don't just pick up vapors.
And we
That's not
out.
what we're about.